Hello there.
Hi guys, Josh Lloyd here, ready to do the what to watch for Monday in the NBA. Let's get stuck straight into it. The Bucks and the Magic. Giannis, is he going to play? He's been upgraded to probable, so it looks like he will play. And what does that mean for Bobby Portis, who put up some big numbers in a start last game for Gianni? Will Portis continue to do that? If it's a blowout, how much does he play? It's really hard to get a gauge on Portis. I don't think that he is going to remain a must-roster play. He's got value now, but when everyone's playing their regular minutes, there just isn't enough there for him, in my opinion. For the Magic, it's Cole Anthony. He's getting the minutes. The production hasn't been there. I'm not cutting bait on him yet. I want to see a few more examples. Now, this is obviously a terrible matchup for him, but I want to see how he looks. And also Kem Birch, who's playing alongside Nikola Vucevic, putting up top 100 numbers over the last week. Is that real? Can that maintain? Is he going to continue to score the way he has? Because he's been really, really impressive. Next up is the Suns and the Wizards, DeAndre Ayton. He's been pretty poor, really passive offensively. Defensively, he's been all right, but he's just not taking shot attempts. Is he a 20-point-per-game scorer or a 14-point-per-game guy? And it's looking like he's a 14-point-per-game guy at this point, and that's obviously not ideal for his fantasy value. While I also want to check on Cam Johnson, who has been outplaying Jay Crowder a lot of the time. Doesn't start over him. Sometimes plays more minutes, sometimes doesn't play more minutes, but he's always going to hit some threes, and he's usually going to do it pretty efficiently. And his numbers are okay for a 12-team league. The Wizards are going to be without Tom Bryant, so Mo Wagner's the one I want to watch. I think Robin Lopez will start, but I think Wagner will play more minutes. And if Flaming Mo... If Flaming Mo is able to put up some good numbers here, then he's going to be a guy we look at in 12 teams. I'm not sure his upside is too high. He needs more minutes than Lopez as well. Denny Avdia, played really well on the weekend, but that was no Russ, no Beal, and no Tom Bryant. Now, there's no Russ in this game. There's no Tom Bryant for the rest of the year, but Beal does return. How many minutes do other players apart from Lopez and Wagner play at center? Because that will improve Avdia's chances of being a mid to high 20s in minutes sort of guy. But if there's only Wagner and only Lopez at center, then, yeah, the absence of Bryant doesn't really impact Denny's playing time, unless they want to go with Rui and Bertans at center, which, again, I'm not 100% convinced that they'll do. The next game, the Knicks and the Hornets. This is a back-to-back for the Knicks. They got pounded last game on Sunday, and of course, the Thibodeau played big minutes to his starters, 38 minutes to Julius Randle. At some point, and we're seeing it already really, that the juice is going to run out from this team from just being completely overplayed, and now we're on a back-to-back. How bad do they look? Maybe they don't look bad at all. Hornets are playing really well. How do the Knicks look on that back-to-back with those big minutes loaded in? And I want to check on Lord Alfred Payton, who's getting the vast majority of the minutes at point guard. What does that mean for Manuel Quickly? It's not good what it means for him. And let's check on Payton. For the Hornets, it's always LaMelo Ball because he's been awesome. Triple-double the other day. Minutes are great. Scoring well. Efficiency's up. He looks awesome. He looks really good, so I always want to watch him. While Paul Washington Jr. putting up some really big defensive numbers. 6 blocks in his last game. And the blocks weren't really there all that much last year, but playing a lot more center, and those numbers are coming up now, which I think is his best position, as I've stated multiple times. And it's working out at this point anyway. Next up is the Grizzlies and the Cavs. D'Anthony Melton's been really good since he returned. The Bane, Melton, Allen, Brooks, Jones quintet, is not ideal for his overall upside, but he's putting up good numbers. He gets assists, he gets steals, he blocks shots, his shooting has been okay. Melton is a guy I want to watch and maybe as a 12-team ad, while Kyle Anderson is trending absolutely in the wrong direction, and all those aforementioned players are cutting into Anderson's value, and he's going to lose value a lot when Winslow, if Winslow is actually a real person anymore, and Jaren Jackson return. There's going to be a cut into his value there. For the Cavs, Darius Garland is out again. Does Damian Dotson get another start? And if Colin Sexton's out, Dotson will definitely get a start. He's been putting up some really strong numbers. He could be an interesting stream, especially if Sexton's out. Well, I want to watch Isaac Okoro because he's getting minutes, continually getting minutes, but not really doing anything with them. We need him to do a little bit more with those minutes to be viable, but I want to watch how he plays, especially aggression on offense. The 76ers and the Hawks. Of course, there's no Tobias Harris, there's no Seth Curry, there's no Shake Milton, there's also no Ben Simmons. So we want to watch Tyrese Maxey, who was awesome on Saturday with that massive scoring outburst. He's going to start again, would be my guess, and have a real opportunity. But of course, Joel Embiid is back, so that puts a little bit of a limit on him. And I want to watch Isaiah Joe, who got tons of shots, just couldn't convert them in that game on Saturday. Can he do a little bit better? Let's hope that he can for the Hawks. John Collins and his whatever feuds going on with him and Trae Young and the organization. I was down on him to begin the season. He's been worse than I expected, and I don't think it's getting better when Danilo Gallinari and Onyeka Okongwu come back. Can he do anything? He's, I don't know, he's really weird at the moment. While with Bogdanovic out for an extended period of time, Kevin Huerter's going to step up, as he's Cam Reddish, but Huerter's been the better fantasy player this year, getting assists, especially with Rondo out, that's helping him. So I want to see how his distribution of minutes, his shot attempts, and his usage all look. The Pelicans and the Mavericks. Eric Bledsoe, very up and down this season. Bledsoe, not someone that I am super involved in terms of having him on my roster, but I want to see the minutes. Is he a 26 guy, a 31 guy? What's the shooting look like? And I always want to watch Zion Williamson, because can he do anything more apart from being a worse, Julius Randle in terms of being a points and rebounds guy? Because Randle gets you assists. Zion's free throws are a problem. His lack of defense is a problem too. For the Mavs, just as I was hitting record on this, the news came in. He's been upgraded to questionable. So will we get the first Kristaps Porzingis situation of the year? That would be awesome. Also, some confusing stuff. It was announced that Maxi Kleber had tested positive to COVID-19. And now he's also listed as questionable. So is Kleber going to play? That's really interesting to see that. And they've also listed Porzingis as a probable starter. So it looks like KP is going to be back. What does that mean for James Johnson? If both Kleber and Porzingis play, then Johnson's value is absolutely in the toilet. We know that Finney-Smith, Richardson, and Brunson are out. So Trey Burke's going to get a pretty large opportunity, you would think, to put up some scoring numbers next to Doncic and alongside Tim Hardaway Jr. The Pacers and the Kings, TJ McConnell is out, so Aaron Holiday is going to have to serve some more minutes as the backup point guard as well as the starter. Maybe they start Justin instead, but Holiday's got an opportunity here, while Domantas Sabonis, his free throws have been poor. They've actually been pretty harmful in fantasy, so can he at least start to hit some of them? For the Kings, Richaun Holmes is questionable. What does that mean for your mate, Hassan Whiteside? Look, he's not good. We know that. But if he's out there playing 24 minutes a night, he will have fantasy value. So I want to see how much he's able to play, and also Tyrese Halliburton. Will they remove that minutes restriction that's on him at the moment? I'd love for them to do that. He's been looking fantastic. I think at some point he's going to start. I don't think it will be in this game unless Holmes is out. He started in place of Richaun last time out. The Raptors and the Blazers, they went small on Sunday against the Warriors with Norman Powell starting over Alex Len. Do they continue that against Yusuf Nurkic and the Blazers? Remains to be seen. What does that mean for guys like Anunoby and Siakam playing upper position? And Norm Powell, does he continue to thrive as a starter? While the Blazers, Robert Covington's been really poor for most of this year. Most of it is the shot not going in, but it's also usage and lack of block numbers. So let's pay attention to him. And also Gary Trent, who just can't do anything at the moment. Sometimes he plays 30 minutes, sometimes he plays 18 minutes, but almost invariably he doesn't shoot well. And that's really the calling card for Gary Trent. He can come in and be a good shooter. And if he's not coming in and being a good shooter, then he doesn't have really any value, not only to this Blazers team, but to fantasy teams in general. Looking at stream options, Willie Cauley-Stein looks to be an option. James Johnson, perhaps, but that's depending on Kleber and Porzingis. Mo Wagner, who's probably an ad regardless. Danny Green and Tyrese Maxey for the Sixers, who are going to see increased opportunity with all those COVID-related absences, guys. That'll do it for me today for the What to Watch video for Monday. Subscribe, hit the little bell down below, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up as well, guys. I will see you later. Bye.